Welcome back to High Stakes. Elevate your betting game by hitting that subscribe button and never miss out on our daily content. Want exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join our Patreon. Links waiting for you in the comment section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. St. Louis Blues versus Seattle Kraken. As the 2024-25 NHL season kicks off, the St. Louis Blues and Seattle Kraken find themselves in a gripping showdown filled with intriguing storylines. While the Kraken may appear to have the upper hand on paper, history tells a different tale. The Blues have dominated this rivalry, boasting an impressive 7-2 record in their first 9 encounters. In the 2023-24 season, St. Louis showcased their prowess with 2 victories over Seattle, outscoring the Kraken 8-4. With Seattle struggling at home, picking up just 4 wins in their last 12 games, expect the Blues to aim for a significant upset in this matchup. Veteran goaltender Jordan Binnington, coupled with a revamped forward group, gives St. Louis the win. This clash promises a thrilling goaltending matchup between Binnington and Seattle's Joey Daccord. Both teams have made new additions to their offensive lines, setting the stage for a high-scoring affair. The Blues averaged 4 goals per game against Seattle last season, so expect plenty of fireworks on the ice. When we look at recent performances, St. Louis has gone 5-5 in their last 10 games, allowing 16 goals in their final 4 road outings last year. Meanwhile, the Kraken's over/under sits at 4-6 in their last 10, with goaltending allowing 11 goals in 3 home preseason games. Keep it simple. Take the over 5.5 goals. This matchup is shaping up to be an offensive showdown, and with both teams eager to establish dominance early in the season, fans can expect a thrilling, high-scoring game. Don't miss out on what promises to be an electrifying start to the season. Boston Bruins versus Florida Panthers. The stage is set for an electrifying showdown as the Florida Panthers prepare to host the Boston Bruins in what promises to be an intense season opener. After a fierce second-round battle last year, where the Panthers clinched the series in 6 games and left the Bruins reeling, both physically and emotionally, Florida is ready to unleash their championship energy in front of a roaring home crowd. During the regular season, Boston dominated their matchups, sweeping the Panthers in 4 games, including 2 nail-biters that went into overtime. However, this is a new season, and questions loom over the Bruins' goalie situation. With Jeremy Swayman lacking preseason action, it's clear that Joonas Korpisalo should take the reins for this matchup, although that might not be enough to tilt the scales in Boston's favor. The Panthers are riding high with their powerhouse top line intact, alongside a formidable second line that caused major headaches for the Bruins last postseason. In the last 5 games of their playoff series, Boston managed to net only 9 goals against Florida's elite netminder, Sergei Bobrovsky. Expect the Panthers to capitalize on this, aiming to seize control right from the opening faceoff. While the Bruins will likely adopt a physical approach to set the tone, they are still outmatched by the Panthers at this point in the season. Bet on Florida to win. Historically, these 2 teams have engaged in tightly contested battles, with 7 of their 10 matchups last season being decided by a single goal. In fact, scoring tends to be hard-fought, with only 4 games seeing a combined total of more than 5 goals. Their last 2 meetings resulted in just 3 goals, and the under has hit in the last 3 encounters. Bobrovsky's presence in goal could trigger some post-traumatic memories for Boston, especially given their struggles to find the net against him. While the Bruins boast a strong top line, their offensive depth is questionable after that, making it interesting to see how Hampus Lindholm performs centering alongside David Pastrnak. Given the jitters that often accompany the season opener, as well as a possible rust factor, scoring may come at a premium. The Panthers will likely find a way to sneak a few past Korpisalo, but Boston may not contribute enough to push the total over the mark. Take the under 5.5 goals. Expect a tense, hard-fought battle where the defensive play takes center stage, setting the tone for what promises to be an exhilarating season ahead. Chicago Blackhawks versus Utah Hockey Club. The Chicago Blackhawks are looking to rebound from a challenging season that saw them finish with the second fewest points in the NHL, boasting a disappointing record of 23-53-6. However, optimism is in the air as the team has made some key off-season additions aimed at rejuvenating their struggling offense. The return of forward Taylor Hall, who played only 6 games last season before suffering a torn ACL, is a significant boost. Adding Teuvo Teravainen to the mix should further elevate their scoring capabilities. Last season, the Blackhawks ranked dead last in goals per game and second to last in shots on goal, a trend they are desperate to change. Star rookie Connor Bedard led the team with 61 points in just 68 games and is poised to take a monumental step forward in his sophomore campaign. With Hall and Teravainen supporting him, Bedard could have the weapons he needs to break out. On the flip side, the Blackhawks face serious issues on the defensive end, ranking 29th in goals against per game and 28th in shots allowed. Petr Mrazek, who finished last season with an 18-31-4 record, a 3.05 GAA, and a .907 SV%, is expected to start while splitting duties with Laurent Brossoit. For Chicago, this matchup marks an important opportunity to showcase improvements, especially as they head into the inaugural game of a new franchise in Utah. The Utah franchise may not have the most intimidating offense on paper, but they boast talent in players like Clayton Keller, who is coming off a solid season. Alongside Keller, the forward lineup includes Barrett Hayton, Nick Schmaltz, Jack McBain, Logan Cooley, and Dylan Gunter. However, the absence of Nick Jugstad for the first month due to injury leaves a gap in their forward group. In goal, Connor Ingram and Karel Vejmelka are expected to split time, with a focus on solidifying the net-minding position. Defensively, Utah will feature a solid group led by Mikhail Sergachev, Juuso Valimaki, Ian Cole, Sean Durzi, and Vladislav Kalyakinok. However, they will be without John Marino for the opening night due to an upper body injury, which could impact their performance. As both teams take the ice for this historic matchup, fans can expect an exciting clash. The Blackhawks aim to make a statement and kick off their season with a resounding win, while the Utah franchise looks to mark its territory and establish itself in the league. Will Chicago's offensive reinforcements prove effective, or will Utah's roster surprise on its opening night? This battle promises to deliver intensity and excitement as the new season unfolds. Get ready for an exciting night as the Utah franchise kicks off its inaugural season with a home contest against the Chicago Blackhawks. On the surface, both teams might not strike fear into the hearts of contenders, and making the playoffs could be a challenge for either squad. However, there's a spark on Chicago's roster that could change the game: Connor Bedard. Entering his second season, Bedard is not just any player. He's a generational talent and the best offensive player in this matchup. Adding Teuvo Teravainen during the offseason brings even more firepower to an offense that desperately needed it. Plus, the return of Taylor Hall, who only saw the ice for 6 games last season before suffering a torn ACL, could be a game changer. Hall's experience and skill will undoubtedly elevate Chicago's attack. While Utah will be looking to make a statement in their first ever game, the Blackhawks have the edge in offensive prowess. Expect Bedard to shine as he leads his team to victory and puts the Utah franchise on notice. Spoiling the home opener for the newcomers is exactly what Chicago aims to do. Take the Blackhawks on the money line. They're set to make a statement and snag a win in their season opener. As we dive into this matchup, it's clear that both the Chicago Blackhawks and the Utah Hockey Club are grappling with offensive challenges. Last season, Chicago's offense was nothing short of dismal, ranking dead last in goals per game and a lowly 31st in shots. Although the Blackhawks have made some moves to bolster their offense, including the return of Taylor Hall and the addition of Teuvo Teravainen, they are still likely to field a less-than-average attack. Meanwhile, the Utah Hockey Club isn't exactly a scoring powerhouse either. With Clayton Keller as their standout player, supported by Barrett Hayton, Nick Schmaltz, Jack McBain, Logan Cooley, and Dylan Gunter, they have some talent. However, on paper, their offensive lineup doesn't inspire confidence for a high-scoring affair. Given both teams' struggles to find the back of the net, we can expect a tightly contested, lower-scoring game. The under is the smart play here. Take the under at 6 goals. This game is poised to be more about defensive strategy than offensive fireworks.